F40 builders, we are assembling hubs today, uprights with hubs. So I just had to, from the CNC machining, some of the shoulders of the bolts, that's the shoulder part there, they were a bit tight in the hole. So now I've sorted that out so that they go in properly and they seat down properly and they sit out the correct amount. So if we just grab a wheel bearing, you can see that's going to be pretty neat. Calculated that so that the bolt just comes through, but it's nice and neat. Zinc plated too, so they won't go rusty. But you don't want the bolts hanging out here too far, or they'll hit the studs on the wheel bearing. Now these studs will be drive studs, so we're going to screw, but anyway, we'll do that later. But what I want to do is actually get these in, pressed in and bolted up. So what I'm thinking is, we've got 8 to do because we're building 2 cars here. These are mix. I think I'll practice on mine first. Let's put mix away, that's fine. What we'll do, get one of mine. We'll take the bolts out. I'm gonna warm this up. Do this Australian way on a barbecue. Just warm it, and then the bearing should just drop straight in. And I also want to prepare a bit of anti-seize and grease as well so it pulls up nice. And alright, so let's turn the barbecue on and warm this up. Here I'm just first time I've ever done one of these, so let's try it. This is cold because it's winter. Let's put a little bit of anti-seize on the threads of these, just on the end. Anti-seize always gets everywhere. Anyway, we put the tiny Superman on. I love all the memes on Facebook and stuff about anti-seize. It's funny as. Alright, they're prepped. Don't judge me. I know I'm using a rattle gun. Okay. Good. Okay. I'm going to wind them in by hand first. I'm not going to just rattle them in, but I have to make sure we're lined up on these threads, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. So let's get some grease on this bad boy as well, so it just slides on. Alright, let's go. Let's see if it's hot. Alright, well, it's pretty warm, and I found out there's a hole in my glove. Found that out pretty quickly. Now, try and straight on. Look at that. Beautiful. That was easy. I didn't have to warm it up much at all. Straight on. Basically just had to warm it. That's how good the tolerance is on this thing. Beautiful, man. Woohoo! Okay. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's make sure it's pulled up. Okay, let's have a look. So pull it up. Whew. Damn, that's beautiful. Okay, it's one bearing in. Look at that. Beautiful. Never cease. Look at that. We have an upright with a wheel bearing for the Ferrari. Woohoo! Yes. Let's do that another 7 times. I'll talk them up later. This is not a very good. I mean, it's a good gun, but it's not very strong, which is actually a good thing. That's what I like. If I hold that on with a brand new battery full bore, I can do it to 70 foot-pounds for a lug nut on a wheel. That's about how strong it is. That's so cool. So cool. Look at that. Nice. Alright, let's do another one. Right. Giddy up, let's put this one on the barbecue. Pretty straightforward process, this. Just cook them. That was great. Can't believe how easy that went on. What a great day. It's winter, but it's so quiet. This one will be no different. I'd say this one will just drop on pretty easily. Found that hole in my glove pretty quickly. That was interesting for sure. Hang on a minute. Look at that. Perfect. Once you've got the thread started, we are well under control. Okay, look at that. It's one hub with wheel bearing. Done. Woo. Beautiful. Righto. Whew. 2 car sets. Ready to go. Woofo. That's fantastic. All the wheel bearings are on. Oh, now I can get rid of all the wheel bearing boxes. Thank you, Super Cheap. Massive discount on them. Thank you, Super Cheap. Thank you, United Fasteners. Thank you, Superformance US UK. Thank you, Sydney Tools in Canberra. We'll get this in action later. That one there, just having a practice run. That's the back of another world. Sorry about that one. But yeah, oh yeah, and I stitched this sheet together to make a welding bench. And yeah, it was good. Beautiful. And if you're wondering where Bruce is, he's in quarantine because he was running through the bush. Where are you, mate? And you're in a cone of shame. Poor little bugger. Sorry, mate. I know. So he's in a cone of shame in quarantine because he's got a massive hole in his leg, stitches, and a drain tube. And he's a silly duffer. Aren't you, mate? Silly duffer. Yeah. Hi, guys. Just wanted to show you this. Shout out to Jacob Scott at Sydney Tools. This thing is epic, the TIG 230. I haven't welded for a long time, and I was amazed at how nice it is to weld when you got the good equipment. So I went all out because we're building a Ferrari, a F40. So went all out, and this thing is so nice. I tried it today and it was so smooth. I've got some work to do because I'm not very good at it. This helmet made a massive difference. So I was using my MIG helmet, but this thing, the vision is incredible. This one I can see everything, I can see the pool. The arc is just so smooth. It's just such a great screen, so big. And yeah, so that made a huge difference. Getting all the kit with the different tips, so learning about all the different colour tungsten tips. I've got some shrouds for the gas. This is the water cooling module. So you got, and that comes with another separate torch. We'll go through it all another day. When it lights up, it's pretty epic. Earth cable, the G argon bottle, regulator. That's all set up. Been using that today. The trigger and everything's really easy and nice to use, and you can bend that around to get in tricky areas. I've had to convert, because we're off-grid solar power, I've had to convert the 15 amps to a 10 amp lead, but because we're only welding 2, 3, 4 mil, it was fine. And just using some lightweight rigger gloves because they're really comfortable and easy to manipulate and hold the wire and everything. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. This is so good, so nice to use, and looking forward to working on it more. Thank you very much, Jacob from Sydney Tools. Very nice piece of kit, and I'm enjoying it.